Have you ever stood in front of a grocery shelf looking at butter and thought, this should be simple. It's just butter, right? But the truth is, what looks like simple butter on the outside can be very different once you look at what's actually inside. For many people over 60, butter is part of daily life. It goes on toast in the morning, it's used in cooking, baking, and sometimes even added to warm meals for taste and comfort. But here's something most people don't realize. Not all butter products are created equal, and some are heavily processed in ways that may not support long-term heart health. Now let's be very clear from the start. This is not about fear, and it's not about demonizing food. Butter itself, in moderate amounts, can fit into a balanced diet. The real concern is how certain butter-like products are manufactured, what oils or additives they contain, and how they may affect cholesterol, inflammation, and heart health over time. After 60, the body becomes more sensitive to saturated fats, trans fats, and artificial additives. The liver processes fats more slowly, blood vessels may already be under pressure, and cholesterol balance becomes more important than ever. This means the quality of fats you consume matters much more than before. Today, we are going to break down 5 types of butter products that are commonly considered the worst choices for seniors due to processing, additives, or unhealthy fat composition. Then we will also talk about 2 better options that are generally considered safer for daily use in moderation. This is not about branding fear or random labeling. It is about understanding ingredients and making smarter choices for long-term health. Before we begin, if you enjoy simple and practical health information designed specifically for seniors, make sure to subscribe and stay connected with us. Now let's go step by step. Why butter choice matters. More after 60, as we age, the body becomes less efficient at processing certain types of fats. This is especially true for trans fats and heavily processed vegetable oils often found in cheap butter substitutes. One major concern is cholesterol balance. LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, can build up more easily when unhealthy fats are consumed regularly over time. This can increase strain on the heart and blood vessels. Another factor is inflammation. Some processed fats can contribute to low-level inflammation in the body. This does not cause immediate symptoms, but over time it can affect joint health, circulation, and overall energy levels. At the same time, digestion becomes more sensitive with age. Heavy processed or artificial fats can feel harder to digest and may contribute to discomfort after meals. This is why the type of butter you choose is not a small detail. It is part of your long-term heart and metabolic health. The 5 worst types of butter products to avoid. Instead of focusing only on brand names, it is more important to understand categories of butter products that are generally considered the least healthy due to their ingredients and processing methods. 1. Margarine-based butter spreads. One of the most common butter alternatives is margarine or margarine-based spreads. These are often marketed as heart-friendly, but many varieties contain highly processed vegetable oils. Some older or low-quality margarine products may contain trans fats or chemically altered fats designed to stay solid at room temperature. These fats are known to negatively affect cholesterol balance when consumed regularly. For seniors, this becomes more important because heart health is already a priority area. Regular use of margarine-based spreads can quietly add unhealthy fats to the diet over time. A better approach is choosing real butter in moderation instead of heavily processed spreads. 2. Hydrogenated oil butter. Blends. Some butter products are mixed with hydrogenated oils to reduce cost or improve texture. Hydrogenation changes the structure of fats and can create unhealthy compounds when not properly processed. These blended products may look like butter and taste similar, but their fat profile is not the same as natural dairy butter. The concern here is long-term consumption. Even small daily amounts of hydrogenated fats can contribute to cardiovascular strain over time if used regularly. Always checking labels for partially hydrogenated oils is important. 3. Highly processed light butter. Products. Light butter or low-fat butter products often sound healthier, but they are usually heavily modified to reduce fat content. To compensate for taste and texture, manufacturers may add stabilizers, emulsifiers, and artificial ingredients. The problem is that when fat is removed, something else is added, and that something else is not always beneficial for long-term health. Some of these additives may affect digestion or increase the level of ultra-processed ingredients in your diet. In many cases, a small amount of real butter is a more natural option than a chemically modified low-fat version. 4. Artificially flavored butter. Butter spreads with added flavors like garlic butter style, butter blend, or restaurant style spread are often not pure butter. They may contain artificial flavors, preservatives, and refined oils. These additives are designed for taste and shelf life, not long-term health support. While occasional use in cooking is not a major issue, daily use can increase intake of processed ingredients that do not support heart health over time. For seniors, simplicity is usually better when it comes to fat sources. 5. Cheap bulk processed butter products. Some low-cost butter products are heavily processed and may come from mixed dairy sources. They are often refined, bleached, or modified to extend shelf life and reduce production costs. These products may lack the natural nutritional quality found in traditional butter and can sometimes include stabilizers or additives. The concern is not immediate harm, but long-term consumption of highly processed fat sources that offer fewer natural nutrients. So what makes a better butter choice? Now let's talk about the better side. What you can choose more safely in moderation. The goal is not to eliminate butter completely, but to choose simpler, more natural options with fewer additives and better fat quality. 1. Natural dairy butter in moderation. Simple traditional butter made from cream is often the most straightforward option. It contains saturated fat, but also comes in a natural form without heavy processing. For seniors, the key is moderation. Small amounts used in cooking or on food are generally more acceptable than heavily processed alternatives. The advantage here is simplicity, fewer ingredients, and no chemical modification. 2. Grass-fed butter, better nutrient profile. Grass-fed butter is often considered a higher quality option because it may contain slightly more beneficial nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins. While it is still butter and should be consumed in moderation, its natural nutrient profile is generally considered more favorable compared to processed butter blends. The key benefit is quality of fat rather than quantity. Why moderation is more important than elimination? One important thing to understand is that butter is not inherently harmful. The real issue is excessive consumption and poor quality processed versions. After 60, balance becomes more important than extremes. Completely removing all fats is not healthy, but overconsumption of unhealthy fats is also not safe. The goal is to choose better quality fats and control portion sizes. Simple daily habit for better heart support. A helpful habit is to reduce processed spreads and slowly shift towards simpler, natural ingredients. For example, use small amounts of real butter instead of margarine. Avoid daily use of flavored butter spreads. Check labels for hydrogenated oils. Keep portion sizes small and balanced. These small adjustments, when followed consistently, can support long-term heart and metabolic health. Important reminder: if you have heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, or any metabolic condition, it is important to consult a healthcare professional before making dietary changes. Every person's health needs are different, especially after 60. The bottom line, butter itself is not the enemy. The real concern lies in highly processed butter substitutes, hydrogenated fats, and artificial spreads that can quietly affect heart health over time. After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to the quality of fats you consume. Choosing simpler, more natural options and avoiding heavily processed spreads can support better heart health and overall well-being. Small daily choices add up over time. What you spread on your toast today may seem small, but over months and years, it becomes part of your long-term health picture. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may benefit from it.